Now let us look at teams that brought upgrades to Miami and now the upgrades work. Now we've looked at McLaren. McLaren, the upgrade really worked. They brought 10 upgrades, and those 10 upgrades really defined what they were for. And one of the reasons why they brought upgrades were for the low speed sections of a track, and also to complement their straights, and also to have a total balance of the car. And those upgrades really work on the McLaren. That was why they were able to win in Miami, and that's why they're able to be so balanced and so confident about their possibility of winning some few races again. Mercedes, the upgrade Mercedes brought worked, especially on their high speed and low speed corner, though they really need to bring more updates to make the car work. But on straight line, Mercedes still have a lot of deficit. The car is still not perfect, but on their high speed and low speed corners, the upgrade really prove that it is working and it has worked for them. So they need to develop the car more, especially the rear suspension, which they're having issues with, and also to know how to keep a tire balance like others like McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull had kept a tire balance in which they grain less like others, especially Mercedes. So Mercedes upgrade they've brought work, but has it really moved them forward? No, because they're still the fourth best team. They still cannot challenge the three teams ahead. They are still where they are. The only team they can challenge is Aston Martin. And this weekend, Aston Martin was not there. Now, the VCAB, the upgrades the VCAB brought really worked. During the sprint race, we can see Ricciardo challenging, and he came fourth. That was a super hot race. Started fifth, came fourth. In the main race, Tsunoda came seventh. That was a massive race for him to end ahead of a Mercedes. And then the rest ahead of George Russell. It means they've moved forward in two different races in a weekend. They did well. Their qualifying was better. Though in qualifying for Ricciardo, it was not in a good space to get this tire in a better condition to qualify. And also he's having 10 place grid place penalty from China, and that took him from 17th to last. So moving forward from around that point with other teams was difficult for him, but the upgrades they brought worked. To the Alpine, yes, Alpine has really improved. They've shaved and shared the weight, because the weight of the Alpine is almost times 2 of other cars. But now they are now at the point of in which they are around the weight class in which the FIA stipulated, and also they've moved forward. They've brought some upgrades that have moved them forward. Now Alpine have gotten their first point of the season in which they have really worked hard for, and I think with more upgrades the car will feel better, and they might be competing for the 6th best car on the grid with VCAB if they can bring more upgrades. So they might be stealing some points during the season if they can improve the car, but the car is well improved now, I believe. Aston Martin brought upgrades that worked, but it has not taken them close to Mercedes, but they are still dragging in the race with VCAB this time. VCAB is still their best target. Mercedes also has struggles with VCAB, the same VCAB and AS, but they are still around where they are. AS really did a good job this weekend. They brought a few upgrades, but their straight line speed is still insane straight line speed, but on the fast corners and slow corners they are nowhere to be found. They're still struggling. The Williams brought few upgrades, but here they are. They need to look at themselves and see where they are to know what they need to do with the car to make the car better. That's for the Williams. Ferrari, no upgrades, but they are still where they are and they're pushing forward. Upgrades coming in Imola. Let's see how it performs. But those are teams that brought upgrade and how they performed. It was a nice weekend in which I know everybody in F1 would love to see more of such weekends, and that should be what we should see more in F1. So thank you guys. I love you guys.